So good morning, Brian. Thank you so much for meeting with me. I just wanted to talk with you today because I want to learn more about accessibility. I get to watch GoldenCom record a podcast with this amazing woman. Her name is Ezzie, and she just so happens to be blind. And she's going to show us how she navigates websites that were created by the team here at GoldenCom. So my first question for you is, accessibility is becoming a big thing now. So what exactly does that mean?
Accessibility in web design is, we follow the practices of WCAG, which is a set of guidelines that helps our websites comply with the American Disabilities Act, which essentially provides everyone with equal access to the same information. So one of the things that come up a lot is contrast ratios, and what that means is that the colors of text are on a certain background, and the ratio needs to be such that there's high contrast. But someone that's blind needs to use a screen reader, and they often need to use a keyboard to navigate a website. And so that is both for someone who is blind, but someone who has are unable to use a mouse. You need to be able to navigate through a website just with a keyboard. We found that if a website is accessible, it's actually a better user experience, not only for people with disabilities, but just the typical user. So it's a good practice to follow no matter what.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of this information with me. I really learned a lot. I'm actually going to head out right now and walk with Ezzie to the Sunset 17 podcast studio from Massage Envy, where she actually works as a full-time massage therapist. But thank you again for teaching me about accessibility, and I can't wait to share what I learned from Ezzie.
We got probably 50 yards before we get to a light,
Okay.
which is a pretty major intersection.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine because we're
used to crossing major intersections.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're waiting for the green light.
Yep.
And when we do, you're 2 steps away from the curb.
Okie dokie.
All right. So 1 step, and then maybe the next step will be a curb.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll feel you going down too.
Okay, good. Yeah. You know what's amazing that I thought about Calypso? She never closes her eyes. She's always watching. And most dogs, they sleep most of the day, don't they?
Yeah, well she does sleep during sessions.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
She kind of dozes off?
She might doze off in the podcast.
Yeah, okay. And then we're going to come up to a door, and now it says Sunset 17 TV and Podcast. And the door is open, and we're going to come right in here. Ezzie with Calypso.
Welcome.
Hey, Murphy. Hey. I got Ezzie here.
Ezzie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, that means we're on. Ezzie,
right.
Ezzie, thank you for coming to the GoldenCom podcast.
Thank you for having us.
I sought you out because, first of all, you're so inspiring to me because I know that you work full-time.
Yes.
And you have a disability that you were born with, which you are blind.
Correct.
And the fact that I'm in an industry, which I told you, where we spend a lot of time working on ADA compliant websites. And Ezzie, we have all these tools that tell us that the site is WCAG compliant. I've run hundreds of websites through our compliance checkers, but I have never seen actually somebody that can't see access a website. I was wondering if you would do that for us.
Let's do it.
Okay, so now what if you wanted to say, hey, I want to bank with you guys?
End of, about, end of, personal banking, menu item, 10% loaded. Level 2, interested in opening an account, first name star, required edit text with autofill menu.
And that I could fill in my information and tab through all the fields.
You can tell the fields are here, and your cursor is in the right place. So based on your experience, was that...
This item has a help tag.
Snappy easy.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That warms my heart. That really makes me happy. I was worried that you're going to say, it's okay. Snappy easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the word we'll use. Snappy easy.
What I like to do, especially sometimes when I'm shopping and I'm entering personal information, I'll turn on the screen curtain
Screen curtain on.
so people can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, so you don't. No one gets the privilege of seeing but you. 'Cause
Yeah,
you got the headsets
or
on.
hearing it. Exactly.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, that is it. That's a wrap. And what we did is we did a podcast. That's perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome.